everyone, so we are back today to do a coworker picks my TBR wrap up. It's been, I think, a couple of months since you recommended some books to me to read. I intended to read them all. I read 4 of the 6.
Okay.
I decided I got busy.
Yeah.
So, now I'll start off with the ones I didn't read.
Okay.
I didn't read The Heart and Mind of Frances Polly because, and I do want to read this, like this is my own copy, I bought it.
Oh yeah.
But I just didn't manage to get to it during this challenge, so I don't know what this is about. But I do want to read it.
Yeah.
So I did buy my own copy. And the other one I didn't get to was Some Kind of Happiness by Claire Legrand. And again, no reason, just didn't get to it, didn't pick it up. So
that was the biggest one too, so.
And I think it was similar to The Girl Who Drank the Moon.
That's right.
I think.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So those are the 2 I didn't read.
Okay.
And the 4 I did read, I'm going to start with the one I liked the least and go up to the ones I liked the best.
Okay.
And full disclosure, I liked all of them. But the first book I read and the one I liked the least, but still enjoyed, was The Land of Forgotten Girls by Erin and Trotta Kelly. It's a book about 2 sisters who are in quite dire circumstances, have kind of a neglectful aunt situation that they're living with, and they like to tell each other stories. I did enjoy it, but it didn't stick with me.
Yeah. Like
before I filmed this video, because I read this like fairly soon after we filmed it, and I was like, what was that about again? So I did like it.
Yes.
But it wasn't.
It's not a feel-good book.
It's not a feel-good book, but it is a hopeful book.
Yes.
I really liked, what is their neighbor's name? The older lady. I forget her name.
It's been so long.
But anyway, so there are some really lovely parts to this book, but it is also quite sad at times.
Yes.
But it is a really lovely sister relationship, and I think could be very relatable for a lot of kids, probably. Yes. Unfortunately.
and immigrant children.
And immigrant children.
Yeah.
Because they have immigrated to Louisiana from the Philippines.
Yes.
In this book.
And I believe Erin and Trotta
she is Filipino. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I liked it, but not my favorite.
Okay.
No, this is very hard. I did read The Girl Who Drank the Moon. I am going to talk about that one a bit later, but I left it at home.
Oh, okay.
I accidentally forgot it at home. But so I think my next favorite was, and the next 3, these all got 5 stars from me.
Oh, okay.
So I did like all of them.
Okay.
But that was the graphic novel Nightlights by Lorena Alvarez. It is just stunning. It doesn't have like a big plot to it, really.
Yeah.
It's mostly just beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
But it is like incredibly beautiful. Like it's just wonderful.
Yes. And very imaginative.
Very imaginative about a young girl in a Catholic school who just loves to draw and create, and like you see her dreams that are just these beautiful scapes and so much creativity, and then there's like an evil little ghosty kind of girl who comes to try to steal her creativity or make her creativity her own or something like that.
And at first you're like, is she a real girl?
Yeah.
Or is she, I wondered if she was from her imagination or,
And so it isn't like plot heavy,
right,
but it is stunning.
Yes.
And I very much enjoyed it. There is a follow-up called Hibiscus or something?
Yes.
Hibiscus?
Yes.
That just came out, and I'm very much looking forward to getting my hands on that.
Me too.
As well. But yeah, this was great.
Okay.
And again, I bought my own copy. Because I was like, I got the little paperback of it.
Oh, I didn't even, mine's obviously born, so, yeah.
It is, if you're looking for some like just beautiful and vibrant art, she's amazing.
Yes.
And then the other graphic novel you recommended to me was so cute.
Yeah, I love it.
So cute. And that is Bera, the One-Headed Troll by Eric Orchard. This was just so charming. It was about I don't know if she's a young troll.
I think she might be.
Youngish troll.
Yeah.
Named Bera, who lives a quiet life tending her pumpkin patch, and then finds a baby, a human baby.
Yes.
And everybody else seems to want to harm this human baby. But Bera decides she's going to rescue this human baby, kind of reluctantly, and leave her safe little haven.
Yes.
It's adorable.
Yes.
I loved it.
I loved it. I love her. Yeah.
One when I first saw it, I was like, that art's kind of weird, but it's so charming.
That's what I thought too when I first, when it was sent to me, and I was like, and I kind of kept putting it off because I wasn't sure about the art, and then I read it, and I was like, I love this.
It's wonderful. There's a cute little owl sidekick, and it's just, if you want just like a lovely little graphic novel story, this one has, it is a really good adventure in this one. This one just like has more of a plot line to it than Nightlights. Definitely, this was great. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
It's sweet. There's little friendships.
And, all sorts of little like misadventures, all like little episodic things get in their way. Crystal's currently reading it right now, so we're like, she's been reading it in the office, so.
And then there's like, she doesn't know how to deal with the baby, so there's those funny things too.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yay! And then the last one I read, which I just read last week, was The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kellie Barnhill.
Yes.
I loved it.
Oh my gosh.
I loved it. I actually listened to the audiobook. My library had the audiobook. And I knew, like, it's been on my radar for a long time, and I like felt like I would like it, but I liked it so much more than I thought I would. And The Girl Who Drank the Moon is about, it kind of is like almost a miscommunication situation at first. There's this little village, and every year they must sacrifice a newborn baby to the evil witch to like, keep their village safe. But actually the witch isn't evil, and she just knows that every year this village leaves a baby, and so she comes and gets it and gives it a good home. And so she picks up.
And who you think is good is not.
Exactly.
It's very,
and she picks up the girl. I'm blanking on her name already. The main character.
Oh my goodness. I know.
I forgot. The main character. So she gets picked up by the troll as a baby. The troll. Sorry, I was just looking at it. By the witch as a baby. And the witch keeps the babies alive by feeding them goat's milk and starlight. But then the witch kind of gets distracted, and the baby starts drinking moonlight. And that gives the baby magical powers.
Yes. Which
is hard to control, and as the girl gets older, havoc starts happening as she's a toddler because she doesn't know what her magic is doing, so the witch, well-meaningly, makes her forget what magic is.
Yes.
So every time somebody says the word magic, her brain just kind of like fizzles, and like she kind of like doesn't understand what it means.
But when she's a toddler, she's growing in her magic. When it's so much fun to, like the story, just that story in itself is so much fun too.
I think my favorite parts were the little side characters. Like I think Florian is the dragon's name. The little dragon was kind of like her little like sidekick. Is so cute, and in the audiobook he was amazingly well done. I was going to ask
how the narrator.
Yeah, he was really well done in the audiobook.
Okay, I'm going to do it again in the audiobook. Like I read the book, but the audio.
And then there's also a swamp monster.
Yes.
It's great as well.
So many, I felt like it was so unique, and there were so many unique characters, and kind of like mythical characters that you kind of know, but they were just giving different roles, so that was,
I really loved it. As soon as I started listening to it, I was like, oh, I like this. It's really, it's such a wonderful middle grade story, and I think it is one of those middle grade stories that if you're more of a YA reader, you could definitely enjoy.
Oh yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like really like, it's kind of like an older middle grade, I would say.
Yeah, and actually my older son and I kept going back and forth, and sometimes he would get to a good part and he would have the book for so long, so I'd have to wait for my turn. But my middle son, he was a bit younger, and he was wanting to read because we were so into it, but it was taking him much longer.
Right,
so,
of course,
and I would say he was probably about 8 at that time, so he was reading it, but not as quickly.
I need my own copy. I forgot yours at home, but I will bring it back to you. That is definitely going on my shelves as well because it was just wonderful, and I've always heard good things about that book, but for some reason put it off for so long, and I'm so glad I picked it up.
Yeah, it's a good one.
For recommending.
Yes.
I think you did very well because everything I read that you gave me, I liked.
I was so unsure, and I had to look on your Goodreads because she reads a lot. So finding stuff, but there were some that were like, I tried to get ones that really had a special connection with it. I thought, okay, I think she'll like this. So. Yeah, I found some new 3 5-stars out of 4 books is pretty good. Yeah, it's really.
I'm pretty harsh with my ratings, so so that was successful. So thank you.
Yes.
Now, if you guys didn't know, we have actually 2 new team members who have recently joined OwlCrate. So this was going to be the last episode of this series, but we have a new customer service girl who's helping Crystal named Shanley, and I am going to be recommending books. I'm picking her TBR next week. So we are going to continue on, so you guys will get to meet Shanley on the YouTube channel next week.
It'll be the opposite of me, like where I was newer and I got to do it, but you'll be to somebody who's
yeah. It's funny because we started this series well over a year ago, and it was only now just wrapping up, but now we get to keep it going, which is great because it's fun.
Yeah.
Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed. If you've read any of these books, let me know if you love them in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Happy reading, and thanks for being awesome. Bye!